Hello, welcome to Telugu Academy. In today's AP Geography, we're going to look about the agriculture sector of Andhra Pradesh. So, as everyone does know, agriculture is the backbone of any economy, especially in countries like India. And coming to the state of Andhra Pradesh. So, agriculture is a primary sector. What do you say? It is a primary sector. It is a backbone of any economy. Still now, agriculture sector is dominant in Indian culture. So, coming to particularly in the state of Andhra Pradesh, so the times of COVID, because of this COVID pandemic, every sector has been suffered. Every sector has been suffered, but thankingly, agriculture sector has not been suffered comparatively like other sectors like industrial or service sectors. So we'll look into the details and how it works. So withstanding the COVID-19 pandemic impact, so what is the impact of COVID on agriculture sector in India and in state of Andhra Pradesh? So COVID-19 pandemic has affected the lives of people across the globe, and India also suffered huge losses. Everybody knows that, everyone knows that COVID have devastated the whole economy of the world. Every country has been suffered because of this pandemic. So, but in that also, agriculture sector remained a single solace. Agriculture sector is the only single solace even in the pandemic of COVID. In the pandemic of COVID, agriculture sector is the only solace in which was not affected that much because of this COVID pandemic. Amidst all sectors which got adversely impacted by the COVID-19 global pandemic during this year. We know from past 2 years how economy has been devastated. So sustainable growth in agriculture sector is recognized as a major strength both for the state of Andhra Pradesh and for the country as well. Because of sustainable growth. Sustainable growth means it is a steady growth. Because of steady growth, agriculture sector recognized as a major strength. Because of the sustainable growth only, it stood as a major strength even in the time of pandemic. Not only in the country but also in the state of Andhra Pradesh. So AP primarily is an agrarian state. Everybody knows that 60% of the population till now 60% of the population in Andhra Pradesh thrive on agriculture only, directly or indirectly. Economy of the 60% of economy of AP population lives on, survive on agriculture directly or indirectly both. So the chief occupation of the population is agriculture. That's the reason AP is also called granary of South India. What's a granary of South India? Ante granary in the sense it's a storehouse like Godam. We can say Godam. ఎక్కడైతే మన ధాన్యాలు అవన్నీ స్టోర్ చేస్తారో, సో సౌత్ ఇండియా ఈజ్ కాల్డ్, ఏపీ ఈజ్ కాల్డ్ సౌత్ ఇండియా మొత్తంలోని ఏపీ ఈజ్ కాల్డ్ as granary of South India. So coming to the statistics regarding to agriculture sector. So as per the third advanced estimates, మనకి ఎస్టిమేట్స్ ఉంటాయి, యాక్చువల్స్ ఉంటాయి. సో ఇవి ఎస్టిమేట్స్ ప్రకారం యాజ్ పర్ ది థర్డ్ అడ్వాన్స్ ఎస్టిమేట్స్ ద ఏరియా యాజ్ వెల్ యాజ్ ప్రొడక్షన్ ఆఫ్ ఫుడ్ గ్రెయిన్స్ ఫర్ ద ఇయర్ 2021 ఆర్ ఎస్టిమేటెడ్ అండ్ కంపేర్డ్ విత్ ది ప్రీవియస్ ఇయర్ అచీవ్మెంట్స్ 2019-20. Actually we do comparative study in that production of food grains. Food grains means all kinds of food grains, paddy, cereals, pulses, everything which comes under food grains category. In that production for the year 2021, we have done a comparison for the year between 2019 and 20. So while the area under food grains is how much area? is under food grain? How much area is under production of food grains? That is 43.08 lakh hectares in 2021 as against 41.45 lakh hectares in 2019 and 20. Area was under food grains production, it was 41.45 lakh hectares, but in the year 2020 and 21 it has been increased to 43.08, means in the span of 1 year the area of in production of food grains has been increased by nearly 200 lakh hectares. So the total that it is shows in the growth of 3.9%. How much? 3.9% of area for a production of food grains has been increased from 2019-20 to 2021. So the total production of food grains in 2021 is how many lakh tons of food grains have been produced in the state in the year 2021, means 168.31 lakh tons of food grains have been produced. How much? 168. If you make it a round figure, it can say 170. But accurate figures are 168.31 lakh tons of food grains have been produced in the state for the year 2021. So it was, if comparative study, again coming back to comparative study, it was 175.12 lakh tons in 2019-20, means a decrease of 3.9%. Area, see here the catch point is, area and food grains production has been increased from year 1920 to 2021. But area, how much is increased? 3.9% of area has been increased in the production of food grains, but production of the food grains it decreased from year 1920 to 2021. How much? 3.9% has been decreased. 3.9% of production of food grains have been decreased from 2019-20 to 2021. So this is about food grains. Next, coming to horticulture crops. What are horticulture crops? Fruits. Any kinds of fruits comes under horticulture. Cultivation of fruits is called horticulture. So in the AP state, area under horticulture crops is 17.84 lakh hectares and production is 312.34 lakh million tons. How much? 312 lakh million tons. So as per Exim Bank, Exports and Imports Bank, Exim Bank means Exports and Imports Bank report, AP contributes 7.8% of vegetables and vegetable products in the country. How much we contribute? In the whole country, in the pan India, we contribute nearly 7.8% of vegetables and vegetable products in the country. Which report? According to as per Exim Bank report. Next, coming to other agricultural products. So Andhra Pradesh ranks first. AP ranks first. AP ranks first in oil palm. In oil palm, papaya, lime cocoa, tomato and chilies. We are the leading producers. We are leading in production of oil palms, like near Eluru, you'll get to see these oil palm trees. Now it has been increased a lot. This oil palm production and vegetation is increasing day by day, and it's been encouraging every year by year. So next oil palm, next papaya, lime, cocoa. Cocoa is used in chocolates. That fruit is used in chocolates. Next one is tomato and chilies. The state in all these productions, we stood first and we stood third in implementation of micro irrigation at national level. So we stood third in implementation of micro irrigations. Micro irrigation means, we have seen already, we have talked about this a lot. Anything related to, depending upon the how much of acres it is being soil or agriculture fields have been irrigated. So we stood third in micro irrigation projects, in implementation of micro irrigation projects. AP is the largest producer of fruits in the country. So we are the first fruits, we are the largest producers of fruit in the country, contributing to 15.8% of the total production at the national level. So AP stands first, not only in production of oil palm, papaya, lime, cocoa, tomato and chilies, even in fruits also. We are the largest contributors, means our share is more comparatively other states in the country. So how much we have contributed this year? Nearly 15% of total production in the country. We contributed 15% of total production in the country. So that comes to near 70,529 hectares of additional area brought under horticulture crops. Because of this encouragement, because of this result, we have increased 70,529 hectares. Additionally, we have added this much of more cultivable land in the field of horticulture, So as per the latest livestock census means what? How many buffaloes we do have, how many goats, cattle, anything related to cattle. So how many goats we do have, buffaloes, pigs, hens, chicks, so sheep, these all come under livestock. So if we take livestock census, as per the latest livestock census 2019, the livestock resources in the state include 46 lakh cattle. How much? 46. If we add all together, like cows, buffaloes, pigs, goats, sheep, hen, chicks and all, ducks and all, everything, we do have nearly 46 lakh cattle. అంటే 46 లక్షల క్యాటిల్ పశువులు మన ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్లో ఉన్నాయన్నమాట, అన్ని కలుపుకొని. సో ఇన్ దట్ కేటగిరీ, హౌ మెనీ బఫెలోస్ వీ డూ హ్యావ్? 62.19 lakh buffaloes, exclusive 62.19 lakh buffaloes. Next, sheep, 176.27 lakh sheep. Goats, 55.22 lakh goats. And like pigs, 0.92 lakh pigs. 0.07 lakh other livestock, like other animals related to other cattle. Next one is 340.67 lakh total livestock and 1075 lakh poultry. Poultry means hen, chicken, like all chicks and hen, related to hen and poultry. So how much we have? 1075 lakh poultry, hens we do have. So this is about our livestock. I mean, this is the overall view. This is the overall view of the agricultural details or census related to agreed and allied products. Now, even forest also comes under agriculture and allied products only, allied sector. So, as per Indian State Forest Report, so who will give this report? Indian State Forest Report 2019, Andhra Pradesh State Forest covers an area of 37,392.24 square kilometers, which amounts to 22.94% of the total geographical area. Here we are behind the national average. So how much percentage of green cover we do have? Forest, only 22.94%. 22.94% of the total geographical area is covered under forests. It comes to 37,392.24 square kilometers. If it is in square kilometers, means 37,300, or in percentage means 22.94%. So in this, out of this, then very dense forest, very dense means thick jungles. What do you say, that thick jungles or very dense deep forests. So that how many square kilometers of thick jungles we do have? 1994.22 square kilometers. Thick jungles of this means square kilometers, moderate jungles, where human beings, like intervention of human being is possible, or trespassing of human being is possible to an extent. In thick jungles, it is not that easy. So moderate dense forest, 13,938.36 square kilometers. Open forest means like other activities like lumbering, collecting forest produce and all products. It is open for everyone, it is accessible to everyone. These forests consist of 13,204 square kilometers. And scrub forest means shrubs and scrubs. These come under dry areas. Ante chinna pichi chetlu lanti pichi mokkalu annamata, scrub. So they account for nearly 8,254.84 kilometers. So this is about a forest report according to Indian State Forest Report 2019. Now coming to how much area is under food grains. We have already seen this, there is an increase in total production. So how much this agriculture sector is contributing to the state GSVA. So how much economy is being derived from this agriculture and allied sectors. The share of agriculture and allied sector of GSVA at current prices 2021. These are assessed estimates, that is 37.27%, means of the total, in the whole 100% of GSVA, 37.27% of GSVA agriculture is contributing exclusively to the state GSVA. In that particularly, which sector is contributing how much percentage? Agriculture exclusively, in this 37%, agriculture means farming. In that 51.51% is contributed by agriculture. Again in that crops 5.2% only, and horticulture 10.31%. So agriculture is contributing 51% out of this 37%. Next, livestock. How much we are deriving from this livestock? Means cattle, like milk or dairy products or meat, chicken, fish, everything. So livestock means 12.51% of economy is being derived from this livestock. In that particularly, fisheries, how much fisheries contribute? Fisheries and marine aquatic life. Fisheries means it includes everything, not only fishes, anything which we derive from seas or rivers or lakes. Fisheries contribute for 8.59%. And next, forest and timber. Forest and timber produced from the forest like honey or lumbering or cutting woods or any other like medicinal uses, Ayurvedic uses. From that we get only 0.66%. How much? 0.66%. So agriculture and allied sectors contribution to the state GSVA is 37.27%. Nearly you can say 40%. In that particularly, agriculture contributes more, and next livestock, and next comes fisheries. So now coming to land utilization, means how much of land is being utilized. The total land in the state, in the total land of the state of Andhra Pradesh, how much land is being utilized under agriculture or allied sectors, agriculture or allied sectors. The percent share of the different segments of land use of the total geographical area is 162.97 lakh hectares of the state in the year 2019-20 is. So the total geographical area, like how many lakh hectares? It is 162.97 lakh hectares of the state for the year 2019-20. In that net zone area including fish culture means fish ponds or prawn ponds, అదే రొయ్యల చెరువులు చేపల చెరువులు అంటారు కదా, ఇవి అన్నమాట. సో వీటితో కూడా కలుపుకొని హౌ మచ్ నెట్ జోన్ అంటే మనం పండించేది ఎంత శాతం భూభాగంలో మనం పంటలు పండిస్తాం. దీంట్లోని ఈవెన్ ఫిష్ కల్చర్ కూడా వస్తుంది. ఎనీథింగ్ రిలేటెడ్ టు ఫిష్ పాండ్స్, రొయ్యల చెరువులు, చేపల చెరువులు ఇవన్నీ వస్తాయి. So how much net zone area include is 60.49 lakh hectares. In hectares means 60.49 lakh hectares. In percentage, if we take in percentage of total geographical area of net zone area, like geographical area, that is 37%. 37% is in use. So it stands first. So net area zone including fisheries, including fish culture, 37% of land is under this category. Next, coming to forest. Already we have seen forest only 22%. That too, if in hectares means 36.88 lakh hectares. Now coming to land put into non-agricultural uses, like land which is not used for agriculture use, that is 20.74, that comes over 12%. It comes around 12.73%. So barren and uncultivable land, banjaru bhumulu, barren and uncultivable lands. So barren lands which are not fit for cultivation. So 8.2% of the land is under barren and uncultivable land. It comes accounts for nearly 13.36 lakh hectares. So current fallow lands comes under accounts for nearly 8.91%, that is 4.52 lakh hectares. So other fallow lands that is accounts for nearly 5.68%, nearly 6%, 9.25 lakh hectares. Cultivable wastelands, which cultivable wasteland means land has the capacity to be cultivated, but nobody is cultivating in that particular land. Ante it has the capacity to grow fields and farms, but it is being wasted because of some or the other reasons. It accounts for nearly 2.53%, nearly 3%. It comes nearly 4.12 lakh hectares. So remaining land, apart from all this, remaining land is 2.21% of the land is being, that comes around 3.61 lakh hectares. So if we look into the state of AP, which district has the highest cultivable land means Anantapur district has the highest cultivable land in the state, which accounts for 1,040,000 hectares, means 1,040,000 hectares, followed by Karnool. The 909,000 hectares of land is being under cultivable land, and these two districts are in the highest, in the leading position in the most cultivable lands. Next, district with the least cultivable land are like Srikakulam and Vizianagaram are the districts with least area under cultivable land. So this is how land is being utilized in the state of Andhra Pradesh. This is the pie diagram. This is a net zone area including fish. It accounts for nearly 60%. Forests, land put under non-agriculture, barren, current fallow, other fallow lands, cultivable waste. This much of land is being wasted in spite of fertile soil, in spite of fertility. Next, remaining land. So, now after land utilization, now coming to soil types. Mainly state of Andhra Pradesh, what kind of soils do you have in the state of Andhra Pradesh which is conducive for agriculture? So, we do have so many varieties of soils. We do contain all varieties of soils. In that, there are various types of soils, and the formation of soil is primarily influenced by factors like climate, altitude, and composition of bedrock, etc. Yes, we know that. Top layer of this soil, the layer which we see every day or which we stand on, it will take millions of years to form that single top layer. So many factors are involved, for a particular soil to form in a particular region. It can be climate, like altitude, or next composition of bedrock, so many factors. So in that scenario, soil is not similar in the whole state. Soil varieties differ from place to place and region to region because of the following factors. So, disproportion in the distribution of rainfall in the country and excessive heat contribute special characters to the soil. Yes, depending upon the rainfall and the heat, the temperatures most affect the character of the soils, what kind of soil is formed in that particular region, and even the bedrock also helps in that. So, most of the soils in the state are made up of combination of three basic types. In state of Andhra Pradesh, most of the regions we do have a combination of three basic soils types. They are sand, silt and clay. Mostly we'll get to see soils, a mixture of these soils in almost all the parts of AP. So, soils adding to the total geographic area of the state, there are 10 types of predominant and together account for over 88% of the area. We do have 10 types of predominant soils and they account for nearly 88% of the total area of our state, So, this is the soil types. Mostly they are predominant of mixtures of three types, that is sand, silt and clay. So, now coming to the trends of food grains and paddy productions. How this trend is going in AP, how this trend is being followed. So, as per the third advanced estimates, the area as well as production of food grains for the year 2021 are estimated and compared with the previous year's achievements of 2019-20. So, how do we know that this year we are doing better or well or not? Only comparison from the previous years only we can estimate that yes, these are the advanced estimates of 2021 compared with 2019 and 20. So, while the area under food grains is 43 lakh hectares in 2021 as against area under food grain has been increased. How much? It has been increased by 3.9%. The total food production of food grains has been decreased from 19 to 20. How much? 3.9% has been decreased. Area increased, but production of food grains have been decreased. In spite of adding 3.9% of area to the food grain production, we have reduced to 3.9% of production. We have decreased. We haven't increased. So, area under food grains production is Kharif and Rabi crops in the year 1920. How many lakh acres have been increased means 20.82 lakhs in Kharif crops. Cultivable land in food grains production 20.63 in Rabi crops, that is for year 1920. Coming to 2020, how much percent? It has been increased to 21.49% in Kharif crops. In Rabi crops, again 21.59%. Total how much? 43.08%. So how much change? In Kharif crops, 3.2% change. In Rabi crops, the change is more, like 4.7%. Total 3.9% lakh hectares of land has been increased, including Kharif and Rabi crops. So coming to production, how many lakh tons of food grains we have produced from comparing with the year, comparison with the year 1920 and 2021. Kharif crops 87.77% of lakh tons in year 2000, 1920, but in 2021 we have reduced to 78.21%. Means we are running in minus 10.9% has been decreased. Minus 10.91%, there is a decrease in the production of food grains in the year 2021 in which crops? Particularly Kharif crops. So Rabi crops, that is 87.35% in the year 1920. In 2021, 90.10% in 2021 in Rabi crops. There is an increase in Rabi crops. There is an increase in Rabi crops. How much? 3.1% increase. But totally still we are in minus 3.9% only. Adding Kharif and Rabi crops in the production in the lakh tons in food grains, still we are in negative. We are running in negative trend only, minus 3.9%. So this is about our food grains. We have increased in area, but we have decreased in production. We put on nearly 3.9% of extra land have been added to the production of food grains. So we have declined to 3.9% of production lakh tons produced comparatively 1920 and 2021. So now coming to paddy. In Kharif season, how much percentage of paddy is being done in the year 1920? In Kharif season, paddy has been land 15.26 land was under Kharif paddy production in the year 1920. So coming to 2021, paddy in the year 2021 in the Kharif season, that is 16.90%, that we have increased it to 10.7%. There is increase in adding of land in paddy cultivation by 10.79% in the season of Kharif. Now coming to land utilization or additional land in the season of paddy. So for the paddy production in the year Rabi season in the year 1920. So in the Rabi season 1920, 8.30 hectares of land was under paddy production. So in the year 2021, 8.81% of land was under paddy in Rabi season. Then how much? Only 6.1% of increase in land hectares in Rabi season in the paddy. So now coming to paddy, so total how much? 9.1% of additional land has been added to paddy in the year 2021. Now coming to production, how much paddy has been produced in the year 1920 and 2021 for the seasons of Kharif and for the seasons of Rabi. So for the seasons of paddy production in lakh tons, in the year 1920, in Kharif season, 80.13% of lakh tons of production has been done. How much? 80.13 lakh tons of paddy has been produced in the year 1920 for Kharif season. Coming to the year 2021, there is a decline of 10.9%. There is a decline of 10.9%. It comes to 71.37% of paddy production in the year 2021 for the season Kharif. So there is a decline of 10.9%. Now coming to Rabi season. So in the year 1920, production of paddy was 56.97 tons. In the year 2021, production of paddy in the Rabi season, it was 8.6%. How much? 8.6% of percentage of increase in paddy production in the year in Rabi season in the year 2021. So if you we see a comparison, Kharif season, even food grains also in the year, for the year 2021, there is a decline in the food grains production in Kharif season. Even paddy season also, there is a decline in paddy production in the year 2021 only in Kharif season. So Rabi has made a surplus, like it has been improved, but there is a negative, there is a decline in Kharif seasons. So total how much? Paddy has decreased to minus 2.8% of decrease in paddy production for the year 2021. So coming to Kharif. So the area under food grains in Kharif 2021 is 21.49 lakh hectares, while it was 20.82 lakh hectares in 2019-20, showing an increase of 3.2%. In the season, there is an increase in 3.2% of land utilization, for which food grains production. Okay, in the season of Kharif. Okay, so similarly, the production of food grains in Kharif 2021 is 78.21 lakh tons, while it was 87.77 lakh tons, which showing a decrease of 10.9%. Already we have shown land utilization has been increased, but food grains productions has been decreased by 10.9% for the season for Kharif. Now coming to Rabi in food grains production, Rabi season food grains. The estimate of the area under food grains in Rabi 2021 is 21.59 lakh hectares, while it was only 20.63 lakh hectares in 1920, showing an increase of 4.7%. Similarly, the production of food grains in Rabi 2021 is 90.1 lakh tons, while it was 87.3 lakh tons in 1920, showing an increase of, even land also there is an increase, production also there is an increase of 3.1% in the season of Rabi. But there is a decline in the season of Kharif. Thank you.